That's a question everybody had when Michael Phelps got ready for his first Olympic race in Rio.
Yeah, people weren't wondering about if he's going to win another gold, but what was on his shoulders? These bizarre purple spots all over his shoulders and back.
So it turns out there is a very good explanation. As Joel Nichols explains, it's a huge trend for athletes in Rio, and it is called cupping. And he's going to give it a try, right?
Well, we are out here with Sandra Wilkes, who is a doctor of Oriental medicine, and she is going to show us exactly what cupping is all about. And as you perform this therapy, tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
This is a decompression therapy. We're making a vacuum in this cup that will then bring the tissue up into the cup.
Interesting.
And works like a massage does, except that this is decompression instead of compression.
And there's no damage to the tissue, even though it looks like a bruise. We were talking about it earlier. It's not a bruise.
No, it is not a bruise. In fact, you want some mark there because it's generally the metabolic waste that it's pulling up from below, from the tissues below. If you leave it on for a long time, you may get a little petechiae also, which is the blood coming out of the capillaries, but it never comes to the surface as blood.
Are people fascinated by this now because of the Olympics? They saw Michael Phelps with all those purple circles on him, and they said, wonder what that is, and will it help me?
Yes. People want to see what it's about. They want to try it. They want to know, is it going to hurt as much as it looks like it does? And Connie, does it hurt?
It doesn't hurt at all.
Connie says it doesn't hurt, so that's good to know. So this is a heat kind of a cupping that we're doing here. And then over here with Harold, I mentioned your name, Harold, so your golf buddies will know exactly who it is. You're working on his legs here with a different type of cupping, which is done with that pump.
Yes, this is, again, vacuum decompression therapy, and you can pull the flesh up into the cup with the pump. And you can also use these silicone cups so that you can
That's just fascinating. And when we come back, we're going to talk about what kinds of ailments and concerns and problems people can fix and treat with this kind of therapy. And we're going to learn more about it when we come back. But it really is fascinating to watch and to see what's being done. And Harold, you're fine.
I'm fine.
Harold's fine. We're going to talk a little bit more about cupping when we come back and who can be helped with this kind of ancient Asian therapy. We'll come back in a little bit.
That's fascinating. Joel, the only thing I want to know, do you get the effect after one time, or do you have to go several times?
So that's a great question. Lindsay was wondering how many times you have to come and do this in order for it to help you, or does it help right out of the gate?
It helps right out of the gate.
Oh, wonderful.
Put these on a little bit tighter. I've got a couple of them.
So right out of the gate, you'll feel some help, some relief, and then as you go through the therapy, I'm sure it just increases and feels better and better. Both of our fine kind of experts here, Harold, you're an expert, have told us that they really feel the difference and the change in ways that other therapies didn't help them. So right out of the gate, you should feel a change and something better.
A lot of people have been interested in that. Thank you, Joel.